Let's bring you back to our breaking news now. Medical doctor and life coach Dr. Sindi Van Zyl has passed away from COVID-19 complications. The much-loved People's Doctor was 45 years old. Executive Director and Editor at the Bhekisisa Centre for Health Journalism, Mia Malan, joins me on Skype for reaction. Our condolences, Mia. You have told me that she was a friend. How would you describe her legacy, not just on the medical fraternity as a medical doctor, but on broader social issues? She was very outspoken. She took on a lot of difficult issues. How would you describe what she leaves behind?
I think many people will remember Sindi Van Zyl as someone who made HIV knowledge and reproductive knowledge accessible in the way that very few doctors have done, because she used channels such as Twitter and radio. She had a radio program on Kaya FM, and she was widely used on many television programs that focused on health. And in that way, she made these issues not just accessible, but she also made people feel not judged. And to give you an example, when we at Bhekisisa wanted to do a podcast that focused on reproductive health issues, including issues such as contraception for young women and abortion, Sindi was the person we got to come and speak to them, because she was the one who didn't make people feel judged. She could use her human nature and the knowledge and combine that in a really powerful way that helped people to feel empowered and make choices when it came to reproductive health. She was also someone in the health journalism world that you could phone at any given time. It didn't matter what time of day it was, and you could ask her a question or a clarification on something that you didn't understand. And something else that was really special about her is that Sindi wasn't scared to acknowledge if she didn't know something. She would call us sometimes and ask us questions about stuff, say policies or health policies that she wasn't familiar with. And that's not something that you very often find as a journalist, that a doctor that you would normally interview would reciprocate reciprocate something and also ask you for knowledge and then use it. And I remember when we did that podcast with her in February last year, it was just before COVID started, she was really, really concerned about COVID and how to see her patients to make sure that she doesn't get infected. So it was something that was really something that she thought throughout this pandemic.
Mia, she's also been described by many people as an incredibly passionate doctor and compassionate, someone who would engage people, whether she knew them or not, whether they were her patients or not. She used her knowledge to talk them through a difficult problem. Very selfless in giving of her time and her compassion.
She absolutely did, and I can personally speak of that. I've often asked Sindi for medical advice myself, often for difficult issues, where she walked me through them. I've had friends who needed to access HIV treatment who were not in a comfortable position for it, and Sindi was the one that I could refer them to and get them to talk to her, and then they would go and access the treatment because of how she made them feel really empowered and very, very compassionate with them. So Sindi was the type of doctor that treated her patients more than patients. They were almost like friends. And the special thing was she treated them like equals. There wasn't that thing of, I know more than you because I'm a doctor. She made them feel that they were equals. And that is a very, very special and empowering thing if you're a patient with someone like that. The other thing is that she was very, very passionate about making HIV treatment accessible but affordable. So she offered it to her patients at very, very affordable rates, and she was very flexible when it came to when someone needed to access something and couldn't afford it.
Well, thank you very much, Mia, for speaking to us, and once again, our condolences for your loss. Mia Malan from Bhekisisa Research Centre speaking to us about the sad death of medical doctor Sindi Van Zyl.